What is the best quote you have shared during these 2 days of activity in your social networks? Or what is the idea that you have shared with your church members during these 2 days or your staff personnel? There's something that you have shared. There's a Bible verse, an idea, an initiative, a concept, a project you think it will change the things you are doing in your territory, in your conference, in your office, in your ministry. It was 2008, the first time I attended one of these GAIN events in Denver, Colorado. 15 years ago. I was director of the School of Arts and Communication in Montemorelos, Mexico, and recently appointed Associate Communication Director for the Inter-American Division. So I was excited taking notes, filling up pages of ideas that I was going to bring to my school, to my division. I even did some interviews on the aisles of the hotel there in Denver with an ancient Nokia device that I was sharing in my YouTube accounts. Exciting to do some things there in Inter-America and in Montemorelos University with my students. And in those pages that I was taking notes, I remember to heard a couple words that makes a lot of sense to me. There were these two words that I heard 15 years ago in that GAIN event in Denver, Colorado. I don't remember who mentioned these two concepts or this concept on creative disciples, but I take note on that, and it makes a lot of sense to me, because when we read, Ellen G. White says about Jesus, from his earliest years, he was possessed with one purpose. He lived to bless others. And for this, to bless others, she says, he found resources in nature, new ideas of ways and means flash into his mind. Those two words, creative disciples, makes a lot of sense to me, because Jesus didn't came to this world to digitalize himself. He came to this world to humanize himself. He didn't came to this world to be a digital disciple that sometimes we name them. He came to be a creative disciple. He didn't came to use technology, but he came to be the mean of communication himself and use all possible means to share the good news of salvation. So this concept on creative disciples that I heard 15 years ago at GAIN conference there in Denver, Colorado, have become one of our main initiatives in the Inter-American Division. That idea implies to have more partners. We used to be more isolated as leaders of the church, not trying to use the power of the church members. So having more partners as creative disciples, now we have more players both to distribute and to produce. We take this concept also to empower the idea of changing the concept of mass media to micro media, following audiences from device to device wherever they are. We also include in this initiative to create more risks, creative risks. Sometimes we don't trust much in those content producers, content creators, because we think that they are not theologians, they're not pastors, but let's take some risks. Maybe they will not be so accurate in some concepts, but it's part of what we are taking this risk for them to help us to translate the message into different formats, translating hope to visible and livable formats. Formats different to the pulpit, formats different to the church setting we are accustomed to. So since we implement this initiative in the Inter-American Division, we have discovered many creative disciples in our territory. Just because of time, I will share a couple stories. This is Gabi and Andrea. They were these teenagers that always were consuming content on their cellular phone. And her mother were asking her, hey, girls, a meal is ready. The supper is ready. Dinner is ready. Come and, okay, mom, we are a little busy. They were just browsing the internet on a random YouTube or whatever, or Instagram. Until the day come when she said, hey, girls, I will take away the phones from you guys because you are spending a lot of time. Now they were concerned, a teenager without phone, what they will do, right? So they said, what can we do? Let's preach. Let's create some website or social networks to preach the gospel. So they created this concept on Facebook, and YouTube, which is named Seventh Station. Yes, they are talking about the Sabbath on their social network. So now when her mother were calling her, hey, girls, come to, dinner is ready. What you guys are doing? We are preaching using our mobile devices. That's interesting, because happens that one of these girls, Gabi, met Cesar, another creative disciple. He liked gaming. He is one of our guys. He was living in Chiapas, Mexico, and he had this other ministry named Minecraft, Bible Minecraft. He is creating short films using Minecraft. I don't know how he do that because I'm not a digital native. I am digital immigrant, so I not even know how he do that. But we said he's a creative disciple. Let's sponsor this project from Hope Channel Inter-America. So now we are sponsoring this project, Bible Minecraft, because this is another way we may preach the gospel. So they marry, Gabi and Cesar. They marry, and now they said, we have another idea now together. We want to do some productions in Israel and Jordan to follow the steps of Jesus. But we are missing a drone. We would like to have some small devices that we may carry and produce good content right there. So they talked to us. We sponsor some equipment to them. They just went there and they produced a new series that soon we will have in our Hope Channel. It's Boarding Pass. A couple young people, a couple of creative disciples preaching from the place where Jesus used to walk. Now we are praying for them. We just received the news yesterday that she was robbed all his equipment in the big city in Mexico City. So we are praying for them. Now happens that he is the associate communication director in one of our unions in Mexico. From creative disciples, now he's one of the leaders in communication there in Mexico City. Amen. Yes. Then I met Jonathan. Jonathan happens to be here actually with us today. Jonathan was on these creative disciple events in Puerto Rico. And he followed me to the hotel, Jonathan. And he said, I want to show you a project I have. My dream is to have a movie, a film that may be launched in all the cinemas in the country of Puerto Rico. And I asked Jonathan, what you do for a living? I am a professor of biology in one of the Adventist academies here in Puerto Rico. And from that time, I think, well, this dream maybe will never come true because he don't have equipment, he don't have time. He's professor of biology in one of the schools with low budget. So I don't think this dream will come true. But later on, he found another of his friends, Oscar Sanchez, and now he went to find the communication director of the union. So the union said, he's a creative disciple, let's support this project. We sponsor part of the project. We appreciate and are so grateful because GC Communication support the project as well, and they created this new film named Spin. And right now we have the Spin movie in our channel. Now Jonathan is here because now he's the media center director of one of the conferences in Puerto Rico. From a creative disciple to a leader in communication there in Puerto Rico. His dream came true. His dream came true. The dream that I thought never was to be a reality came true, because you may see the newspapers, the media talking about a new movie film made in Puerto Rico, talking about trend topic issues there in the island. And his dream came true because even though it was not able to be launched in all the cinemas in Puerto Rico because of the pandemic, the movie was launched in all the auto cinemas of the island in Puerto Rico. Now he's so excited that he want to produce another film. He's here. He needs some more funds, right? Well, I will be able to share more stories from creative disciples in Inter-America. I have not much time, but I left you with this quote from Ellen G. White: "However great a man's knowledge, it is of no avail unless he is able to communicate it to others." So, what's the quote that you will share today? What's the idea that you will take to your conference, to your union, to your office, to your media center, to your ministry, that will change the initiative and you will discover more people and more ways to preach the gospel? With that question, I love you today. May the Lord bless you.